stop learning now. Every day I learn something new. And I would like to say to you all that don't be inspired by people like myself. I've gone out there and done it. Be inspired by yourself. Inspire yourself. Strip away all the fear factors. Yes, it's hard. It seriously is. It's not an easy thing at all. But believe in yourselves. Okay, I'll hand you back to Denise.
How do I follow that one then? Right, okay. Some of the events that inspired me in my long career. In 1977, it was easy in the civil service. There weren't that many women managers, and you could more or less say, I'd like to go on this or this, and you would get the opportunity. So I did go for quite a lot of management courses and usually found I was the only woman there, but still. One of the first things that had the most impact on me was we were taught to be self-aware of when we were assertive and when we were aggressive. And as a woman in a man's world, I found that I had been aggressive when I was trying to be assertive. And there's a big difference. So if you can find the difference between assertion and aggression, and there are loads of books about it and videos, you will find that you will have a lot more self-confidence in your own ability and your ability to stand up to people who have been aggressive to you. So be much fairer and firmer in perhaps what might have been difficult situations. I also learnt the ability to see myself, unfortunately, as other people see me, warts and all. You have to be comfortable with yourself and give yourself permission to make mistakes. As Jan would say, neither of us are perfect, but if we make mistakes, we're honest with each other and we learn from those mistakes. If you make a really big or expensive mistake in business, you remember it because it costs you a lot of money. So it's a learning curve. Some of the people who've inspired me, a lady called Jane Elliott, you may have heard of her. She did experiments with youngsters with their parents' permission, brown eyes, blue eyes in the 60s. She looked at power, perception and prejudice based on the colour of children in school and the way they acted with each other, whether they had brown eyes or blue eyes. The lady lost her job because she dared to be different. She's now the highest paid international consultant in equality and diversity. She works in Australia, the UK, Europe and America to suit herself. She challenged what is normal and why are we different and how badly do we treat people who have the courage to be different to us, when actually, what's normal? We're all different, nothing is normal. She said that we do not fully understand someone until we've walked a mile in their moccasins. She took it from a Native American belief. You shouldn't judge somebody unless you've tried to stand in their shoes. Another one who actually inspired me was a book called, and if you have to stand here and do this, you'll know the name of the book. It's called Feel the Fear and Do It Anyway by a lady called Susan Jeffers. It's very difficult to take on board, as Janet said. You have to admit, what am I afraid of, which is difficult in itself. Whether it's going for a job interview, presentation, going for an exam, anything that will stretch you or test you outside of your comfort zone. But the people who hold you back are not the people out there. The person who's holding you back is you, because your fears are giving you insecurities. So to get rid of your fear, you have to tackle the problem in various steps or stages, get to the bottom of your fear, and then the fear goes away, because there won't be anything in life that you can't handle. So there are various strategies in Susan Jeffers' book that take you in stages through your ability to recognize and trust your ability to cope in difficult situations. If you take away the fear, there's nothing left to frighten you, so you can do anything. Some of the places that I've worked that had big impact on me, like Jan, I worked all over the UK in very multicultural societies. Sheffield, Birmingham and London and Newcastle in the 80s and 90s, I was an ethnic minority. I was a woman, I was white and I was Welsh. And in Sheffield and Birmingham, they couldn't understand my Welsh accent. And the more nervous I got, the quicker the voice went. So I had to slow down. So it challenged my perceptions of working with other people, and it made me much more communicative and helped me to cope. We had 58,000 staff across the UK. There were 14 of us in the HR team managing them. So it was always a change, it was always a challenge. So I've got a quote for you before I finish for the day. An Irish poet said, "In dreams begins responsibility." He understood that no lasting achievement is possible without a vision. No dream can become reality without actions and responsibility. We can all dream, but it's the people who are prepared to put in a lot of hard work to make their dreams become reality, and they need a good business partner and a supporting family. So we trust each other, we come at things from very different angles, but we do actually always agree on a course of action. So for the last time, I'll pass you over to Janet.
I think I'm in court here doing the summation. You must all be asking yourselves, you know, how have we achieved so much in a short time at Forward Development? Because it was our anniversary on Saturday and we both sent each other flowers because we feel that we've had a year to celebrate. Nobody gave us on a plate, we went out there and got it. So it's all about openness and honesty, trust, teamwork. Teamwork is major. Professionalism, communication, customer skills. I turn over 2 pages. I think, you know, in Denise's kitchen on the 19th of February last year, we planned ahead. I did a quick business plan on the back of a fag packet, and we said, this is what we need, and this is how we're going to do it. Networking, meeting people like yourselves. I mean, we are quite humbled to be invited here today because we don't know what we've done that thinks we're inspirational. Belief that we could do it, and sheer bloody mindedness, because everybody said, you'll never do it, you're the wrong age, all the things about retiring. No, I don't want to do that. So it is sheer bloody mindedness, and I will prove a point that women can do it. Good juggling skills and listening to each other, and also listening to counsel around us, listening to team members, listening to people who are in the team, talking to people like yourselves, you know, not being too proud to say, I know it all. Right, major barriers we've had to overcome, and I'm being quite honest with you. The recession. I mean, people thought we were absolutely off our bloody heads opening a business in a recession, but bureaucracy, you know, it's been a very bureaucratic year for us, and irrespective of what anybody says, and I don't know who is here from the banks are definitely shut for business. When we started and we went to open bank accounts, one of the banks, and I'm not going to name them because a high street bank, one of the top 4, would not open an account for us because the Welsh Assembly government didn't have a credit rating. When I did all the projections, they would not look at the business plan because the Welsh Assembly government have not got a credit rating. The other bank, or the 4 high street banks, the manager was going on holiday and thought that he couldn't be bothered, you know, to have a look at our projections and the fact we wanted to open an account with them. So he never came back to us. And today, 12 months later, has still not come back to us. So it was very, very difficult. We eventually managed to open a bank account, and here we are today with some money in the bank, no overdraft, no lendings, no loans. We've done it on our own. Every bank would give us a fortune if we put our houses up. No, we don't want to do that. We've worked hard, we've paid our mortgages off. Why should we give them to the bank as collateral? We will do it without the banks. Very, very, very long hours. You can imagine the hours we worked, but we had to achieve it. We wanted to get there, and daring to be different. We were different. These 2 eccentric old biddies were different. And as everybody will tell you, the Forward's motto for me is, you can never retrieve a missed business opportunity. So if you're going to do it, go out there and look for the work. It won't come to you. Well, thank you all for listening. It's been, as I said, a humbling experience for Denise and I to be asked, because we don't know why we're inspirational women, but I'll hand you back over to Katie. Thank you all very much.